I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Monday, June 8th, 2026. And if you're new here, my name is Jennifer. If you're old here, I welcome you guys here. Wherever you're at, whatever time zone you're on, you can be on Mountain Time Zone, you can be on Central Time Zone, you can be on Pacific Time Zone. It doesn't matter, my friends. Okay? I want to look at something and I want to talk about something. And I hope you guys are doing well. Okay? So, what I want to look at, okay? And what I want to talk about. So, I will be channeling Sitting Bull and Geronimo. When you channel, you have to let them come to you naturally as a seer. It's a psychic. It's not force. Okay, it's natural. Okay, it's a natural flow. Okay, everything's natural flow. Okay, the creator and us, everything should be a natural flow. Okay, I wanted you guys to look at this water. Okay, water carries memories. Water carries, you can turn water into ice and ice into water. Okay, water is a element, right? A very powerful element. Okay, now this is bottled water. Okay, there's tap water, there's bottled water. Tap water, obviously you guys know, you get it from turning on your faucets, right? So I want to talk about okay, so there's a couple of things that are bothering me. When I was in Arizona, there was a drone. I was at Airbnb. Now this Airbnb I stayed at, only me and one other person knew that I was there. Yes, I will be talking about Jamaica. I'm going to make this video short and I'm going to come to Jamaica. Hey, Trinidad. Thanks for sending the chilies. I was trying to do my hair. I didn't know how to do my hair, you guys. My hair is so dry. It's so dry. So anyways, so you guys know that I left Arizona, okay? Thanks for the chilies. We use chilies for a lot of things, okay? You can put chilies in front of your front door with a broom, a small broom. I have one. Okay, sometimes I put it in by my front door. Thanks for the floating hearts. So I was sitting outside on the balcony and I seen something flying. And it wasn't a bird, it was at night. It was a drone. Okay. So I'm asking myself, who sent the drone and why was the drone flying? The drone flew up. Okay, I was staying in an Airbnb and the drone flew up. It stopped, looked at me, okay, because the drones have cameras. I have a drone. One of my friends from Texas sent me a drone, okay. Thank you, by the way. I need a more advanced drone, okay. Yes, a drone, okay. A drone. See, one thing about seers, we see everything. We hear everything, okay. That is our gift. The gift of sight, the gift of hearing, okay. And we have the capacity to see past what's in front of us, okay. So there was a drone that flew by the Airbnb. I went out and I sat on the deck, the patio, and the drone flew Now, I'm trying to remember if the drone flew when I came back from San Carlos or before I went to San Carlos Apache Reservation. Okay? So I'm going back. Okay? And I'm still processing my trip in Arizona. Okay? I'm processing it and I'm calling on my ancestors to show me if I missed anything. Okay? So the element of water. Okay, I was just on San Carlos Apache tribe land, and I was on Salt Lake River. Okay. Now, what I find interesting is there is water towers. Okay, the water towers supply the water to the revs. Okay. Now, if you go back to my videos where I channeled what will happen, what I see, okay, the visions that I'm having, the visions are stronger and stronger, okay, and they wanted me to come back, okay. Now, I asked them about the drone, okay, which I will talk about that, but let's talk about the water. So the drone, somebody knew I was there. Okay, somebody knew I was there. Okay. Now I said to myself, the lady that lived there, that rented the Airbnb, did she send a drone to look over her property, or did somebody else send the drone? Okay. Because nobody knew I was there except for me and my friend that I went with. Okay. So I found that quite interesting, and I didn't tell my friend about the drone, but the drone was there. Okay, I know what I seen. It wasn't a bird; it was a drone. Okay. One thing also I noticed about Arizona is, you know how in up north there is flies, there is ants, there's bees, and all that. When I was in Arizona, I'm telling you guys, I only encountered one bee, I think, or two. I think I think it was one or two bees. And flies, I think it was like one or two flies. I didn't encounter that much bugs. Now, also what happened when I was in Arizona, you guys, I was in a trance state. Okay, some of you guys that are not spiritual will not understand what I'm saying here. Okay, Arizona has a vortex. Okay, literally a vortex. I'm not lying. Okay, it's interdimensional vortex, or Stargate. You can call it a Stargate. When I seen the bird fly, I'll never forget it. So I knew I was on like ceremony land. Okay, how I knew I was on ceremony land is because when I seen the bird, okay, normally when they had ceremonies, they would have them up high, okay, and I said to my friend, I said, do you see what I'm seeing? Now, she probably thought I was losing my shit, okay? I'm telling you, the birds that I seen were not average birds, okay? Now, a lot of you guys may say, Jen, you talk about birds all the time. And I talk about how some birds are real and some birds are fake, okay? And some birds are drones, okay? You guys know the story when I was in Florida, and I was walking with my youngest daughter, and we were just walking, and something told me to look up. I looked up, there was a drone bird, okay? And they look like, I think, is it pigeons or something like that? And it was not a real bird, okay? When I was in Arizona, so let me tell you, so we went to this water spot, and I'm talking about water. Water is the element we're going to talk about today. And this is for all my indigenous communities. I want you guys to listen to me and listen to me clear. This is a message from the ancestors, okay? So when I seen the bird, okay, I thought I was losing my shit, okay? And I understand that this bird that I was seeing was interdimensional. You guys, I'm not like, I'm serious, okay? When I talked to the Apache police, I told him, see, when we talk about indigenous people, the way they talk is not like the average people. We say water, we say earth, we say wind, okay? We say all those kind of vocabulary, okay? And a couple times we stopped, the wind started blowing, okay? And then the wind would stop. Yeah, some birds are drones. Okay, somebody flew a drone where I was staying at. Okay, somebody sent a drone. Okay, so I'm processing my whole trip. Okay, I'm processing it. I'm taking it in. I'm dissecting it. Okay, as a seer. Okay, so yeah, it was a drone. Okay, and then I got a picture. I'm gonna put the picture up of a bird. Now I put the name of the bird because I didn't know what kind of bird that was. I've never seen that kind of bird before. Okay, and it says, I think it was a dove, but this dove in Arizona looked different than most doves that I've seen. Okay, it was a gray dove. Even the dove. Okay, you guys, I'm telling you, I believe like I was in a straight trance. Okay, and as a psychic, you can go into a trance state. Okay, and then when I came back, I was sleeping, and then I was shown so much. Okay, and the crazy thing is, like, even my footsteps, like where I went, like everywhere that I went, nothing is by coincidence, my friends. Okay, nothing. And I already knew before I went to Arizona that I was going to go to where Emily Pike was. Okay, and also I was there for my friend's son's graduation. Okay, I was also so she invited me and I went. It was beautiful. Her son graduated. She knows who she is. But who sent the drone? Okay. And I want to talk about water because there's something happening with water. Okay. So when I was on Salt River, which is in Phoenix area, the Tempe area, I went onto the revs. We were driving around the revs, and people were like, they're seeing, I don't know if they thought I was indigenous, Hispanic is indigenous, or just black. I don't know. Okay. I felt like they were really friendly people, but they were also wondering, like, why are they on the refs? Okay. And I found out a lot of information. I was shown a lot. Okay. The water supply is my main concern. I've talked about the water supply. I'm not going to make this long. And I feel like the water is, I'm going to explain something. You can get the water, your tap water, and get it tested. Okay. Or if you're on the refs. Why does the elementary school have its own water source? Why does the high school have their own water source? And they're right, the Salt River Reservation is right in the Phoenix area. So why isn't all the water connected? Even though it's on the revs, okay, so maybe the revs control their own water system, but they don't own the land. It's a white man. I know his name and everything about him, okay, and his family, okay. I seen trucks pulling up, okay, and it was very interesting what I was picking up, okay, energetically, psychically. So let's talk about the water. So I just left the San Carlos Apache tribe, okay. Now in Salt Lake River tribe, there is no water source. They have canals. There's no free water running on those canals. Okay, just listen to me for a second. There's no water running freely in Salt Lake, because we were asking them, where can we go to find a water source on the reps? When I go places, I want to be where the people are at. I want to talk to them. I want to engage with them. I want to learn from them. Okay. I don't want to go where the tourists are at. I want to go where the people are at. Okay. You learn a lot about people when you talk to them. Okay. I did feel my dad's spirit was with me. I asked him to protect me on this journey and watch over me. Okay. Wherever I go, I ask and pray for that. Okay. So there is no water source. I don't know how to emphasize this. Okay. So they have a case right now in, I think it's Mesa. Okay. Mesa, Arizona. I know I'm going to go different places, but Mesa, Arizona, where they were opening recovery homes, and they were fraudulently, federally billing taxpayers, and the people that they say were coming to this recovery home were indigenous. They were falsifying information. Okay. And there's many of these places that are out here. Okay. They're recovery homes, they're group homes. There's many of these places that is federally, okay, fed. This is fed, okay, because they're getting federal money, and they're getting money from the taxpayer, you and me, okay, whatever state that you reside in. So the feds came in and they shut the place down. Now there's many of these facilities, okay. So let's talk about the water source. So I talked about, if you go back to my other videos, we're gonna pull a card on it. And I pull the shells on some stuff. I always pull the shells before I pull the cards. Sometimes I do it off camera and on camera. Okay. So there in San Carlos Apache tribe, there was just dead fish. I'm not even laughing. 2 days ago. It could have been more than 2 days ago. There was dead fish that showed that were just dead. They were dead. And my ancestors said, go get the water. They said, go get the water. And I got the water. Okay. So Santa Carlos Apache, so they also, in Santa Carlos Apache, they just signed a bill, water rights. They have a water right bill that they just signed. What day was it signed? Carlos Apache Tribe Water Rights Settlement Act of 1990, and they just signed a new water bill. So I'm confused. Do the tribal control the water source, or does the community or the state control the water source? If you're an indigenous and you know this information, can you comment below? And I truly appreciate it, because I've been looking it up and I cannot understand how this works. But I remember seeing this in a vision a long time ago, and I'm being presented with the same energy today, the current energy with the water. So there was a water bill signed in Santa Carlos Apache Tribe. It was signed 1.5 million water agreement with the Borough of Reclamation. So on Tuesday, the San Carlos Apache Tribe signed a so the tribal, so they must own the water. Okay. That's where I'm confused at. Okay. A 1.5 million contract with the United States Department of Interior to develop water infrastructures or on its reservation. There was already free flowing water on these reps. Okay. So why would they block the free flowing water? Okay. Yes, they want you to make you pay for the water, but this is free flowing water. Okay, where kids can go in there, they can swim, they can play. Even the canals were dry. Now, I don't know how. I mean, some of you indigenous maybe need to pray for water. I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying. So the historical signing has been more than 40 years in the making. In 1980, Secretary of Ontario, Cecil B. Andren's promised to deliver water to the reservation for agriculture and drinking water. Okay, you put them there, but you take their water supply away. I'm confused. Okay. This is truly hysterical day for the San Carlos Apache tribe. Chairman Terry Rumble said in a statement, "We have been waiting 43 years for the federal government to make good on its promise to deliver Central Arizona project water to our revs. The revs' waters were dry. The revs were dry. They had different water sources for the elementary and the high school, and they're right next to each other. I cannot understand that. So we're going to pull the energy, okay? The tribe says that the water bill will be used to replenish, increase agriculture development, and revitalize this cattle industry. But my thing is, why would you block off the water? The water, you can grow food, you can grow crops, you can drink flowing water. And that water, it has alchemy in it because it's hitting those rocks. Okay, it's already purified. The dams, there's so many dams. Okay, the dams. Okay, so before the 1928 building of the Coolgee Dam. Okay, we drove on that dam. We were not supposed to go that direction. They're still working on that dam, and it takes you up to 300 to 400. Okay. Up in the mountains, okay? And that's the way I believe that Emily Pike traveled. We traveled the route she traveled in a vehicle. And I know this for a fact. And there's cameras on that route. And there's workers that work on the Coolidge Dam, okay? There's workers. And you understand what I'm saying here, okay? We went on that dam from Tempe, Phoenix to Carlos Apache tribe. 70, okay? I've been remote viewing that area. I've been channeling that area. I've been channeling Emily Pike's house. I've been channeling the neighbor's house. And there's a house that's hidden off. Okay, I've been channeling all that, my friends, okay? So there was a bill that was signed, okay? So let's look at the water. So I'm hearing from the ancestors, the water, right? The water. I want to show you guys. And I have pictures of the water towers in Saint River and San Carlos Apache tribe. The water. They're controlling the water. Okay. Where's the water? They have natural resources. You have to go inland a little bit and you can get to water. There is water in those mountains. And there's free flowing water that should be flowing freely. But it's not. Somebody stopped the water. Okay. So, and then there are fish that were dead. I can't make this up. So 2 days ago, the fish they found dead in San Carlos Apache tribal land. There was fish that were literally dead. Okay. So we're going to find out why the fish died. Okay, so 1 hour ago, San Carlos Lake closed on Friday due to a health and safety hazard caused by dead fish. I'm not making this up. Okay, I want to know how the fish died. Let me move this computer. What is in store for the indigenous communities? Hey, you guys. I know water's going to come out. We're using the element of water. Okay, so home. Their home environment. Okay. On one side, what's in the letters, ancestors, abuse and neglect. On the other side, this organized crime flipped out. In their home environment, we got family. And we got secrets. Okay. So these people know more. They're not speaking. They're scared of somebody. And I told you guys this. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this. So what else is crossing? Okay, the fish. Show me the fish's energy. So legal proceedings. So why would there be legal proceedings with dead fish? They just signed a water bill. This is water. You can turn water into ice and ice into water. Water has memory. Okay? More than memory, my friends. I can see the dam in the water. I was on the dam. Okay? So, legal proceedings. What legal proceedings? I'm confused here. Okay? So, what legal proceedings? The home would be their environment, organized crime. We got secrets. There's a lot of secrets. Okay? We got abuse and neglect, and we got family. I know water is going to come out. Okay? So, legal proceedings. What are in the court systems on these revs? I don't know. Okay? If you live there, you could find this out. But we're just going to pull the energy on the fish. Show me the fish's energy. Okay, so we got money. And we got life insurance policies. Okay, so the organized crime is life insurance policies. So remember when I said that they had homes that were supposed to be for recovering addicts for the indigenous people? It was a fraud. Okay, it was fraud. Okay. So why would I get legal proceedings and money out? And this would be their home environment. Okay. So all this goes together. Okay. Organized crime, life insurance. Organized crime could just be a bunch of politicians, or it could just be people that want to keep money flowing. Okay. Why would fish die because of money and legal proceedings? And they just signed a bill. They just signed a bill to own rights to their own water. I'm confused. Okay. Maybe somebody from the San Carlos Apache or Salt River tribe can comment. I don't know. Or from any tribe. It doesn't matter where you're from. Okay. We're all one. Okay. So we got money and legal proceedings. Okay. What legal proceedings? They just signed a $1.5 million deal to take over their water supply. Now, is this telling me, and this is what I'm getting, thank you. So what I'm getting is that this water supply made a lot of money for certain people. And certain people, they were blocked off from this abundance. Okay? Remember, money is not just money. Okay? Money can mean water. Okay? It can mean health. It can mean a multitude of things, right? Also with the money is this green, because it's what it pulls at your heart chakra, right? See, what you give energy to, energy flows. Just like water. Water flows naturally, right? It's sitting here, but it flows naturally. Because I put it and I contained it. Okay? So, legal proceedings and money. So, does somebody feel like, okay, they got this deal, this $1.5 million deal, okay? Why did the fish die? That's what I need to know, okay? And this does affect the families in that community, okay? Abuse and neglect don't mean like I'm beating on you, or it can mean a multitude of things. If you Google the word abuse and neglect, right? It can be like the neglect of not letting people have flowing water, or their own water. Okay, the revs are controlled by their own people, but really they're not, if you think about it. Okay, because they had to sign a bill to get rights of their own goddamn water, where they were placed in that community, in that area. Okay, I said this years ago. Okay, I said the water, okay, is where they need to be looking at. Okay, it's the water. So there's something in the courts in San Carlos Apache about the water and money and legal proceedings. But why did the fish die? Okay, that's not normal for fish to be dying, my friends. Okay, now is there a drought? Yes, I believe there's a drought. I was there. It was in the hundreds. Okay, indigenous people they pray to the Creator for water, rain. You can pray for those things. Okay, you as an ancestor send us water. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, they will send water. Okay, now we know there's weather manipulation, but you can ask them and they will give you. Okay, what you need. Okay, they call it the Creator. Okay, so I need to know why them fish died. Fraud. Okay, fraud. Show me another card why the fish died. Fraud. And we got legal proceedings and we got money. Fraud. Fraud. Fraud was going on. How? Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing, beautiful? So we got fraud and running away. And we got legal proceedings and we got money. That's why the fish died. So there's something in the court system, not just that $1.5 million deal that has to deal with the water. Okay. So there's some fraudulent activity going on around the body of water. Okay. I don't know. I'm not from there. Okay. But it was very dry. Okay. Arizona is, and you know what is so interesting? I've grew up in Florida. And the heat in Arizona is not like the heat in the South, okay? It's not like the heat in the South like in Florida, okay? It's a different type of heat. That heat is durable, okay? The heat in Florida, you're gonna be like hot, okay? Just saying. And it was in the hundreds when I left, okay? So fraud was going on and runaway. The fish were dead. Okay. And it has to do with the water. So what I'm getting, you guys, I'm getting that the water is being controlled. And that's where the abuse and neglect comes in. So the water is being controlled by that dam. Okay. And there's money to be made with having access and control of the water. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Okay, give me one more card on this energy. So something is hidden. I don't know why. So were they going to build like a motel or hotel by those dams or something like? Because I know you can't. I was watching a video and it said that you can't even hunt and fish on the revs unless you ask permission. So if you're not Apache, you can't hunt and fish or even go into the water unless you ask permission. But they don't own the water source. So I was confused there until they signed that deal, and I feel like it's still in the process in the court systems. But I feel like people could make money. So people could have ideals. Okay, let's build a hotel here. Let's build a resort overlooking the mountains. And we can make a lot of money. Okay. Because people want to see those scenic, beautiful views. So people felt like they lost out on some money. And there could have been some money deals there. Okay. That are not in the courts. That are in back rooms that we don't even know they're even having the conversations, but we know today they're having the conversations. Okay, so I asked why the fish died. Okay, now somebody wants to build I feel like resort. Okay, I don't know who it was. I don't know. Okay, so justice is here. Okay, justice. Okay, balance is justice. Okay, with the Creator, everything. Okay, the water, the trees, the air. Everything, ourselves. Okay, we're all connected. Okay, so I asked why did the fish die. Okay, give me one more card. So there's somebody poisoning the water. I've seen this in the vision already. If you can get water from your tap water, get it tested. There's something in that tap water besides the fluoride for entertainment purposes. This is all for entertainment purposes. I'm telling you. I remember there was a movie and there was a white guy playing in the movie, but he was half indigenous and half white, and he went to the reserves as a federal agent, right? And they wanted to send somebody down there that was has indigenous blood, right? So he can talk to the people and stuff, right? And he went down there, and he's like, "Why am I here?" Because the way they were treating the indigenous was inhumane. And then the one agent he was working with, I can't remember the name of it. It was a Thunder. I'm hearing Thunder. Thunder something. I'm seeing a Thunderbird. Is it Thunderbird? I'm seeing a... Oh, gosh. Is it Thunderbird? Thunder. I'm hearing thunder. 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 Thunderbird. Is there a movie called Thunderbird? Is that the name of it? The hell? Why am I hearing Thunderbird? Okay, there is a movie Thunderbird, but that's not the one I'm talking about. Why am I hearing Thunderbird? Emily, are you coming through? She said yes. She's singing Thunderbird. Somebody said Thunderfoot. Oh, Thunderheart. It started with Val Kilmer. Okay. Well, why am I hearing Thunderbird? Is Thunderbird a car? Thunderbird. Hold on, you guys. What the hell's going on here? She's Thunderbird. Emily Pike's coming through. She's saying Thunderbird, okay? Let me just breathe for a minute. Whew, let me calm down. She's telling me about a Thunderbird. Somebody said thunder clouds. I'm hearing Thunderbird. Okay, so they're poisoning the water, and there's justice that's happened on the spiritual. Everything happens on spiritual, and trickles down to the physical. She's saying Thunderbird. Somebody owns a Thunderbird car. I'm seeing a Thunderbird car driving. Now, I know she was in a vehicle, but I'm seeing a Thunderbird. But she's saying a Thunderbird car. Thunderbird. But I'm actually seeing the Thunderbird. She said, look up. You guys, I got chills right now. Somebody said a Ford Thunderbird. Let me see. Oh my God. You guys, when I go on my lives, I don't know what the hell I'm going to get. I don't know. Okay, so this is a pictures of a Ford Thunderbird. Who has a Ford Thunderbird, Emily? I know you took the root of 70. You took the route we took. But how did you get on that route? There's 2 ways to go into San Carlos Apache tribe. She's saying something about a Ford Thunderbird. I got chills right now, you guys. I was on that dam. You guys, nothing in life is coincidence. Okay, I was on the dam. Okay, now when we went back, we went the opposite way. Okay, and it's 70. Now I don't know if it's I-70 or 70, but she's saying something about a Thunderbird. Somebody said there's a Ford Thunderbird. And then I'm seeing the bird, the actual Thunderbird. Now, a lot of tribes use the Thunderbird for a symbol. Now, she's saying something with poison and drugs and the water. Okay, the water supply. The water supply is being poisoned. That's why the fish are dying. My God. So Thunderbird. So the person that did this to Emily Pike is still out there. So people are still in great danger. I feel like there's another. I'm seeing a boy. I told you guys. She's saying there's a boy. How old is the boy? I see the boy. He's walking. The sun is hitting him. Where is he going? It's like he's walking. I don't know if he's walking to the store or something. This is on Santa Carlos Apache. There's a missing boy. It's railroad tracks. He lives by railroad tracks, like she did. There's a store by her house. He was going to the store. Okay, there's a missing boy in Santa Carlos Apache tribe. There is the person that did this to Emily Pike. Now they said that she was wrapped up in I'm seeing a black bag, but they're saying that it's industrial bags or something like that. She's saying industrial bags. I don't know if this was released to the public. I gotta be careful what I'm about to say here. And this is for entertainment purposes. Somebody has a Thunderbird. I can actually see the Thunderbird. It's a car. There's a missing boy on San Carlos Apache tribe. He looks like around the ages 13, 14. Now, I see him walking by the railroad tracks. You guys, I'm getting chills right now. I'm getting chills. Hold on. He was walking to the store or from the store. His hairline is like, his hair is like to here. It's cut like in a funky style. I'm seeing a white shirt. You know those white beater shirts? I'm seeing a white beater shirt. And some jeans. He has sneakers on. He looks Apache. Yes, she said he's Apache. What is going on San Carlos Reservation? I'm confused here. She said something about the dam. There's a dam. We drove on that dam. Now, I was getting rangers. Now, are you saying somebody that works on the dam? I'm confused here. My God, hold on. I see the boy walking. Okay, it's daytime. It's not nighttime. And I see a Thunderbird car. Okay. Then she's showing me the Thunderbird. Okay, the indigenous symbol for Thunderbird. Okay. Hold on. I'm seeing a young Apache boy. Somebody stops and asks him. I'm trying to get a visual of the man's face. You guys, this is an indigenous man. This is not a white man. This is an indigenous man. I'm confused here. Because when I did her readings before, I seen a white Caucasian male. And every time I didn't know I was going to go here. So every time I try to channel Emily Pike, I see this indigenous man. Okay, but this man that comes in front of me is a menacing man. This man is not a menacing man, my friends. Okay, or a holy man. Okay. Somebody drives a Thunderbird, but also has a truck. So the man is talking to the Apache boy. What is he saying? There's something on his face. Like his face is kind of like, it looks distorted. I don't know why indigenous men, their faces start looking like that when they get a little bit older. Like they have like these creases or something in their face. I can see what is he asking the boy? What is the boy's name? I can't believe I'm going here. I don't understand. So the man is by himself, and he asks the boy, does he need a ride? It's very hot. The sun is on me. I'm like, but the Arizona heat is different, you guys, from the south. The boy's trying to go to the store. There's a missing Apache boy on San Carlos Reservation. I'm trying to figure out his age. My head is starting to hurt, you guys. I don't know if I should go any farther. My head is hurting. Like, I'm having this pain in my head. Oh my God, it's bad. It's really bad. There's a pain in my head. So he asks the boy if he needs a ride. And I'm hearing something, yeah, ride. It's not hot, but I feel the sun on me. I see a boy in a white t-shirt. It looks like jeans and sneakers. He's walking. It's like he's walking, but it's railroad tracks close. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Hold on, you guys. Josiah, can you hand me a cold water, please? He might have even asked him if he wanted water. Okay. My grandson's here. My head is hurting so bad right now. I might have to stop this read. I might have to stop this read. I'm drinking coffee. I just made it and it's a fresh cup. But that's not why my head's hurting, you guys. I'm telling you, something's not right here. And I go straight to my head.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. And it's crazy that he got the water from, I'm kind of scared to drink it. Josiah, can you give me the other water? The Deer Park. I'm sorry. So this is the water from Arizona. I'm still going to drink it. It's Arrowhead water. I brought some back. I'm still going to drink the water, and it has the mountains behind it. I think this is my my head is like freaking hurting. Thank you, Joe. I love you. Storm is so happy. He's been watching Joe. Oh God, I'm hearing a nickname. So the little boy's nickname could be indigenous name could be. I'm trying to pick up on his indigenous name or his name. Give me a minute. He could have offered him water, but I'm also hearing him saying, "Do you need a ride?" or something like that. And the store's not far. Give me a minute. And something with my head is hurting, like right here. Oh God, what is going on here? Okay, so we got missing. Okay, missing, and we got strangulation, and we got child. Hold on. And somebody walking away. Okay, beach, emotions, walking away. There's a missing child on San Carlos Apache tribe. I didn't know I was gonna get this. Okay. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm supposed to be just talking about the water source, and I'm seeing a damn Thunderbird car. And it's so crazy that she's referencing the Thunderbird. I'm just shocked right now. What is going on? Okay, so this is a picture of a Thunderbird. I don't even know. So I don't even know what year. Maybe I can pick up the year. So let me show you, because I feel like it's a darker color. So somebody drives a Thunderbird. Okay. Hey, you guys. My head started hurting. So I don't know if this boy got hit over the goddamn head. What is 120? I don't understand. What are you asking me, mouse? Okay. Ooh, this is too deep. There's a missing boy. Is there any missing children? Let me see. I can see him. He had a white shirt on and jeans. He was walking to the store. This was, I don't feel like this was AM. This was like during the daytime, okay? Even the days seem longer on mountain time, okay? And I see him walking to the store. If his family's watching my video, if anybody is on the San Carlos Apache tribe, can you have his family reach out to me? Because I think this missing boy, they're looking for a missing San Carlos boy. Let me see if there's any missing children. Oh God. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm going to get when I start these reads. I'm talking about the damn water. There is a missing boy. But he's located. It says San Carlos Apache Police Department posted. When was this? There's a missing child on the revs. Oh God. Okay, so did they find this little boy? Hold on. Somebody said they seen him walking on the road. So, bro, it's just on the bender, saw him walking on the road. So somebody seen him walking on the road. But so is he found? Some boy named I told you I see him walking on a goddamn road. Somebody says he's a beautiful young man. God keep him safe and may return home. He is running away from something at home. Prayers for Zayden. Prayers for his return. Is he home? They haven't did an Amber Alert or a turquoise alert. I'm confused what's going on. Filter your own water would be great. Yes. Hope he's found. I think this, I don't know if this is a little boy. This boy went missing. Cheryl missing in Arizona. Let's go missing in Arizona. I'm confused here. What the hell's going on here? There's a missing boy. I don't know. This is crazy. It kind of looks like him, but I'm freaking confused here. Okay, so the only kid that I see, and he looks around the age, they say Zeta Powell, a 14-year-old male, was reported missing on 6/1/2026 at approximately 4:20 p.m. Zeta reportedly left his residence in Tulupa Acres' darkest corner area during the morning hours. His clothing description is unknown at the time. I feel like he had a white shirt on and some jeans, okay? If you have seen him or have any information regarding his whereabouts, please contact the San Carlos Police Department immediately, 928-575-2311, or call 911. Shit. Please share. Where the fuck did that shit go? Oh, God, where? Okay, Santa Carlos. So they're saying he's located. So I'm confused here. So was he located or is he missing? 31 were 31 missing children found in Arizona. He's 14, same age as Emily. I'm confused. Did they find this boy? I feel like there's going to be a missing boy, or a boy's already missing. I don't know. He kind of looks like the boy. I'm not saying all Apache people look the same. Okay, my head started hurting right away. So I don't know if he was hit over the head with something. I don't know. Okay, or strike with something. There's something with strangulation here. Okay. And child and missing. So there's a missing child. Okay. Missing child and strangulation. Okay, what's crossing? I'm here to talk about water, but what's crossing this missing child? I don't know. There's a child that's going to go missing. Was he running away from something? I don't know. Emily, thank you for helping me. She's saying Thunderbird. So somebody has a truck and a Thunderbird. Yes, a Ford Thunderbird. And it's saying that he was located. I'm confused here. Because there's two kids that look the same. So Zeta has been located safe. This was 6 days ago. Okay, there's going to be another missing boy. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I feel like there's going to be another missing boy. Or has been missing. On San Carlos Apache. Somebody drives a Thunderbird. In a truck. Okay, it's something with that goddamn dam. Okay. I know more, but I'm going to be careful because... this is an ongoing case. Give me more of crossing this child that's missing in strangulation. Now we know Emily reported abuse that happened to her and she wound up disappearing. She wound up in a group home because of abuse in her environment, um, and she was violated. Okay. Um, what else do I need to know? And they didn't want her talking about it. I mean, she reported it. Okay, she's talking about some kind of cult. Okay, so she's saying something about occult, regret, and something about fire. Same energy. So I'm going to show you these cards. So we got missing children or children. Strangulation could mean like your throat. Okay, they don't want you talking about something, or they want you, or you were talking about something that you weren't supposed to be talking about, and then there's something with some caught energy. Let's see what's crossing the caught, and then we got something about regret and something with fire. Okay, the element of fire. And she's saying Thunderbird. Somebody says filter your own water. Yes, filter it. They say do copper, or if you can get it from the natural flowing water. So I'm getting something with Thunderbird secrets. It's crossing the card. Remember, if you go back to my videos, I said she was being held. The people were giving me cult-like energy. There's regret here. There's secrets. And the element of fire. Fire is about passion. Fire is about... So, somebody that has passion about what they do. Okay? A serial killer or killers. Okay? Because I feel like there's more than one. They have passion. Okay? And they could use the element of fire. Okay? But the water element is about emotions, right? Also about birthing something new, ideals, okay? I don't know, the sick mind. But I'm seeing a Thunderbird here, okay? Thunderbird. Okay, what does Thunderbird mean in Apache culture? Besides the car. I'm not trying to be on here long. Okay. So this is, she keeps bringing me to the car. I don't understand. Okay. Thunderbird meaning, Thunderbird is a mythological bird-like spirit. North American indigenous people, history, culture, consider a supernatural being of power and strength. A Thunderbird, Navajo Thunderbird, creator found in the myths and oral traditions of numerous Native American tribes, including Navajo, Hopi, and Pueblo people. Let's see, Thunderbird in Apache. My head is hurting like hell. Power, protection, and strength. It also seen as the most... Okay, so the Thunderbird represents power, protection, and strength. It's also... My head is hurting. It's also seen as the most powerful of all spirits and can also transform into human form by opening its head up like a mask and taking its feathers off as they were a mere blanket. Natives spoke of the bird as so large that when it flew, its wings made a noise. So they called it the Thunderbird because the wings, when it flapped, it sounded like thunder or lightning. What is the name for Thunderbird in Apache? Because I was saying something and I don't know what the hell I was saying. Takish, Takik, Takish. I don't know. Go back to my video. I was saying that and I don't even know what I was saying. And then I tried to put it in and chat GPT and they were like, they don't know what tribe it's from. It's gibberish. I don't know, okay? So she's talking about damn Thunderbird. Regret fire a cult. So there's a cult. Where is this cult located? I know you kept showing me this church. Revenge. Okay, somebody want a revenge. You know, when I went to her house, you know what the cousins and them asked me? They asked me if I was FBI. I mean, my friend was FBI. They thought we were FBI. Do I look like I'm an FBI agent? So, revenge. This cult wanted revenge. Revenge for what? The same energy came out before. Okay, we got wooded area. We got meeting, but meeting is computer. So this card brings me to the dark web. And then we got serial killer. We got landfill. And we got burial. Okay. I don't understand marriage, wedding. What do you mean by marriage and wedding? I'm confused here. A wedding and marriage is a vow. Hold on, you guys. This always comes up. Okay. Marriage and wedding and that cross. Trap energy. Male energy. Oh my God. Caregiver energy. Okay. We're going to put this over there. What's crossing the caregiver energy? Marriage and wedding is a vow. So this caught, they trap people. They hold on to them. I'm hearing 1 to 2 days. What's crossing the caregiver's energy? So we do got a male's energy. What's crossing the caregiver's energy? Justice. Same energy. But today we got Thunderbird. Justice and caregiver. And we got drugs and poison. Justice, caregiver. I know you want justice because of what your cousin did. But I know, does your cousin, I'm confused. You guys, okay, so there's a male involved, a vow. Marriage commitment, a vow. A vow to who? So is there a landfill? And you know, when I was on the property, the trash looks like it hasn't been taken out for a very long time. The trash is in a blue container and it's piled up, and I was like, do they not have the money to pay to have the trash taken? And then they had bottles in their back, but there's trees back there. So I don't, were they blocking the view from the road for people not to come back there like looking? And then when I came on their land, they thought I was FBI. Okay, the family, the auntie, the mother, the cousin, the uncle. Okay, why would they think I was FBI? Why did Emily Pike's family think I was FBI? My head is fucking hurting. Okay, perversion. So her family members seen her this way. Okay, she keeps taking me back to her past to understand the future. So, okay, so a caregiver that she was in care of, okay, she wants justice for what they've done. Perversion is a card. If you read the word perversion, is something that is actually, okay, um, and we know that happened to her, and she ran away. Okay, now she's saying she traveled. Okay, which we know she traveled. She went to the group home. So she's taking me back to the past, to the future. The group home was in Mesa, which I didn't know that. This male has a vow. I'm stuck on this fucking vow. Okay. There goes the cross again. So remember I said I believe this male has a dog. I know that for a fact. And they had dogs on the property. And I said, why did they believe that I was the FBI? Because of the unjust that was done to her prior to her going to the group home. Let's see if we get abuse and neglect out here. She keeps taking me back to the past. She said you have to go back to the past to understand the present. She definitely was running from what happened at home. Let's see if the home card comes in. We need to find out why they thought I was FBI. Okay, I might have to pull from another deck. Something was foreign to her. Okay, aliens, foreign. So the event that took place, and there's a structure, a home, and there's 3 boys, aliens, something foreign. So something happened to her where it didn't happen before. But I feel like it has happened generationally. Okay, which would be the assault. Okay. And then she brings me back to her caregiver. Okay. Let's see if home comes out. Home or abuse and neglect. She's saying inside. Okay. Crime of passion. Okay, a crime of passion. And then neighborhood. Okay, in her neighborhood, crime of passion. That's the first time that came out. Or did it come out before? I gotta go back. Something was man-made to look one way. Okay, and then there was a death. Her crossing. Somebody got money. Okay. You guys, I believe that somebody is doing some kind of witchcraft to block this energy from coming forward, but it's not going to work. Okay. She showed me love, the heart. Okay. Okay, she talks about motel, hotel. What else? And it's crazy because the motel, hotels look like this. There was somebody with her. There was somebody with Emily Pike. There's somebody that knows something's hidden. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. This is crazy. There's definitely legal proceedings. She has legal proceedings in the court, which I know that. Something is hitting the manipulation. And Emily had a gift. Okay. That's her home. I told you guys. You guys, there's something not going. Something's not right here. Something's not right. And I went to the home and they asked me if I was the FBI. Why the fuck would they ask me that? Okay, I'm not FBI. I'm a psychic. And it's crazy how they block me in. Okay. So the devil card is about manipulation, control, bounding somebody, right, to their environments. But she knew there was much more out there, okay? And she had a gift. The gift was to break the generational, but not just that. She knew there was more out there for her. Why? See, I'm talking about water and I'm going to Emily Pike. I don't know what I'm going to get, you guys. So she was being manipulated. There's something hidden about the female. Okay, I need to... Why do they think we were the FBI? There's something with a vow. There's a card. I always get this card when I read her on her energy. So she keeps taking me back to her past, to the present, to understand the future, okay? There's a revenge energy here. Okay, because of what she spoke about in the past. So are we looking in the wrong direction? Should we be looking at her home? We're using the same cards. Trapped. She was held. Secrets. Somebody has a dog. I think there was 2 dogs on her property. Show me what else. Running away. Burial. So she was running away from her home environment. I might have to come back to this. Burial. Why does her family have all those water bottles in the backyard and they haven't had the trash taken? Are they scared that the FBI is checking the trash? This family has secrets, which we know that she was violated. That's why she first wound up in a group home. Something was man-made to look one way. This is what is throwing me off. And I was in a trance when I keep seeing them goddamn birds. So something was made to look man-made. And that is a secret. But what was made to look man-made? Something in the neighborhood. So I don't know her mom's address. I have a picture of the outside fence, but not of the home. Okay. When I drove up, there was a house in front of me. Okay. A house in front of me. There was an older man. He was working. It looked like he was working on a car, but I'm not sure if it was a car. And he had his head down. Okay. I didn't even know where I was going. This is why it's really messing with me, because I didn't know that she would take me to her home. But why would she take me to her home? See, she's trying to tell me her story, and I did so many reads on her, but she keeps taking me back to her original story of how she wound up in the group home. But now she showed me a Thunderbird. She never showed me that before. And she knows I'm not going to leave her case alone. I'm going to continue until I get all the answers that I'm seeking. So something about her neighborhood, which would be San Carlos Apache. It's man-made secrets. Now, are you talking about the group home or are you talking about your home? I want to know, why did they think we were the feds? missing. Missing neighborhood secret man-made. What was man-made? Did you make it home? This is where I'm getting confused here. I know she tried to run. You go back to my previous videos. She was trapped. They held her. And if you look on this burial, like, look at this. It looks like skeleton and bones, right? And that's what they found on the side of the road. But something was made to look one way, but it's not that way. Something was man-made. And it's falling over the missing. So was her disappearance made to look like she was taken? This is what's throwing me off. Did you make it home? No. Okay, but there's a revenge energy here. Alien, something is foreign. The alien card's throwing me the fuck off. And then the death. Okay. And the secrets. Now, I got this neighbor card, too, with the group home, and there goes the male. He didn't act alone. But it's interesting because I got the neighborhood with the group home energy. And I'm getting the neighborhood with her San Carlos Apache energy. Okay? She showed me the Thunderbird. And there's a truck. So somebody has a Thunderbird in the truck. This is who we're looking for. Okay, why did the family think that we were the feds? Why did the family think we were the feds? A homicide. What the fuck? What's crossing the homicide? No, homicide. The grandparents keep coming out. Like, what the hell is going on? Okay, homicide. So, because there's a homicide, something is hidden. Now, there's a lot of fire energy here. If you look at man-made disaster, there's fire here. And there goes fire again. And then we got serial killer. I'm missing something, you guys. I gotta keep replaying all my videos because when I first started her reading, I was getting caught like energy. Okay, a group of individuals. Okay, there's something. Okay, fire is the element of passion. So whoever is doing this has passion about what they do. But I also believe they also dabble in some kind of occultist knowledge. Okay, dark occultist knowledge. Okay. There's polarity in everything we do. There's good and bad. But they dabble in the dark. And they're trying to block me from getting the true information. But they can't block me because I'm guided by my ancestors. And Emily's ancestors. Can't block me from seeing what I need to see. I'm going to see it, motherfucker. Okay? There's a male. She's definitely saying there was a male involved. Which we know that. Now, the computer draws me straight to the dark web. Okay? Just saying. Okay, that's where Midnight's production, okay, that kind of shit. So what's interesting is she's telling me so much. She's telling me about the Rangers. I didn't know about the Rangers, okay? How do I know that? I don't live in Arizona, okay? Don't live in Arizona, my friends, okay? And I'm picking up Rangers energy, and I know nothing about fucking Rangers. But I'm going to channel the Rangers, okay? I'm coming for them next, okay? So I asked, why did so there's something the family is hiding. So when you go to the property, there's trash. So Are they checking their trash? That's why I'm confused here. Okay. That's why they don't want their trash, or they don't have the money to pay for the trash removal company. I don't know. Okay. And then they have all these plastic things piled up. But if you look at the view, you can't really see their property unless you go on that goddamn road. And there's only one way in and one way out. Well, there's multiple ways in and out. You can go by feet, but by foot. But the thing is, like, if you go by foot, thank you for sending me the flowers. If you go by foot, you're on somebody's goddamn property. Okay, she could have me in fucking jail. The mother, okay, and the auntie for lying on my ass. Okay, but the ancestors were with me. Okay, her ancestors and my ancestors. Okay, but are they not taking out the trash because they know that maybe the feds are going through the trash? I don't know. Okay, let's see if we get the justice card. This case will be solved. I'm telling you. I see snow on the ground. Yeah, perversion. This was sexual. This man has desires. Okay, sick ass desires, and he has done this before. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yes. But he didn't act alone. That's why I'm like, there's multiple people involved in it. But they thought that I was the FBI. I'm not no goddamn FBI. Do I look like it? I'm a psychic. And the way they were yelling at me, I was in a trance. Okay? So when you go in a trance as a psychic, right? You are actually seeing through the eyes of the victim. Okay? So the way the aunt was yelling at me, she has yelled at Emily like that, and the uncles and the cousin. Okay? Yes. And my friend. And they could have lied on Emily too, because they fucking lied on me. Okay? What makes you think they're not gonna lie on their fucking niece and daughter? I'm just saying, this family is fucked up. Okay? And this is for entertainment purposes, and they're watching me. Okay, watch on, because I'm going to solve this case. Okay, I'm going to solve this shit. Okay, you mess with the wrong psychic. Okay, so when they were yelling at me, it was like I was in a trance. So sometimes when you go to trance, you do it as a psychic to protect yourself, right? But no, I needed to walk her walk. Okay, to understand her story. Okay, and I was going to go to the group home too, so I can understand that dynamic. Okay, but they tried to shake me so I could leave. Okay, because I said to my friend, I said, was this all stage? Like, was this stage to play out like this? Okay, I asked her that because I'm like, that's how it seemed to me. But it played out the way it's supposed to play out because it happened to Emily. So the police removed Emily from the home. I'm trying to tell you guys, they removed her from the goddamn home. And the mother could have lied on her. Yes, I believe that. And the auntie. Okay. Somebody says, I watched the body cam at Emily Pike. I couldn't get through. It was rough to watch. The cop was odd. Yes, that's what I'm saying. She even talked about the Rangers. I'm doing a video on the Rangers. I'm coming for all of them, okay? All of them are coming for. And I'm not coming alone, okay? I can move without being seen, my friends, okay? So the way the aunt was yelling at me, it was like, she wanted money from me. Okay, let's see if we get the money card. But it was much deeper. Okay, much deeper. I'm telling you. So legal proceedings. See, the aunt, they thought we were the fucking feds. She said, or they asked if we were FBI. They thought we were legal. Okay, so they don't want to get charged with any kind of criminal act, and that was the report that she made. That's in the legal system about her being violated. And the one Apache police officer, he came, there was two of them. He didn't, if he's watching me, they're watching my page, I don't care. He didn't look at my direction, he didn't look at my eyes, nothing, okay? None of that. He went straight to the family and did not look at us, okay? I couldn't see his eyes. The eyes is where the answers lay. Okay, the eyes. You can see a lot about somebody with the fucking eyes. And I know when people run you in circles, far as talking, is because they're trying to fucking hide something. Okay? I've dealt with spirits like this before. You can talk in circles all you want. I'm still going to see who you are. She wanted love. And she met, okay, manipulation. And she was a child. Okay? I'm telling you, they're holding on to trash. If you go to the property, there's no fucking address on them, okay? How did I wind up there? Emily let me there. And they know it. They're watching my channel. They fucking know it, okay? It's pissing me off. This girl wanted love. That's all she wanted was love. The family's holding secrets. Because are they not throwing out the trash because they think that the feds are going through the trash? And they dropped her off like she was a fucking piece, like she was fucking trash. Yeah, I'm coming back. I want to read. This is the cult we're dealing with. We're dealing with a fucking cult, and they wanted revenge. And they could work for the justice system. And the family right here, the family, she kept saying her caregivers. They didn't want her talking about the abuse, the sexual abuse. Okay, I'm saying it. And this is for entertainment purposes. They didn't want her talking about that shit. But I'm talking about it. I'm being the voice for her, okay? But damn, I'm sitting here talking about fucking water and, excuse my French, and it's leading me to what happens to her. And then when I was there, she kept saying, look to the sky. I'm telling you, and I kept looking to the sky. You guys, I thought I was hallucinating, okay? Hallucinating. I don't do drugs. Yeah, she wanted money. And let's pull a card. I don't have no money to give. Okay. The mom is like walking zombie. The aunt is rage because she maybe was promised money. I don't know, but she wasn't getting enough from me. Okay. So they thought that I was the damn fucking feds. Okay. Greed. There's a price on her head. No, there's no price on nobody's head. Okay. The answers are what we're seeking. We're not seeking financial gain. We're seeking fucking answers. Okay. In this case, I will not let go until I find out the truth. So they're led by greed. But everything, all money's not good money. Everything that shines is not truly what you're seeing. Okay, it's a fucking illusion. Okay. I swear I was in a fucking trance, you guys. I was seeing shit. And I'm like, did somebody fucking poison me or something? Because the only food I was eating was, I went to 2 fucking restaurants, okay? And I brought like some meat and stuff like that. But I was like, it was like, and I swear that man was a medicine man, okay? The man that I came across that gave me this was a fucking medicine man. You know what he said to me? This is why I was replaying it. I was like, damn, I wish I would have recorded it. He said that there is, how he said it, see, he was trying to talk to us like we were white people, okay? No, I'm not white, okay? I'm indigenous and black. Talk to me like the truth, okay? But I kept looking in his eyes, right? And it was like, I kept having fucking visions. Visions. But it was like I was drugged. But I wasn't drugged. It was just that I was having visions. So they wanted money. Once they figured out that I was not a federal agent, they wanted money. Okay. Are they on drugs? Let's see. Imprisonment. I'm telling you, there's something going on there. And then there's drugs and poison. And there goes the water. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is some deep shit going on. I don't know. But these are the cards I got with the family. So, drugs, poison, water, imprisonment, and greed. And now we know her dad's in prison. The mom was on drugs, of course. She looked like she was out of it. And the way she was yelling at me, I went to a child when Emily Pike was a child. Okay. Then also I went to my childhood. It was really strange what was going on, and I'm trying to process all this because this is a lot to fucking process. Okay. Um, and I wasn't really eating out. Um, who sent the drone to my Airbnb? Who sent the drone to the Airbnb? I might the the justice the Justice Department sent the drone to my Airbnb. Okay, give me another clarification card. Look at this, and I was staying in the fucking Airbnb. So I need to figure out because I came home. I sat on the it wasn't my home. I came to the Airbnb. I sat on the patio, and the drone was flying. It was at nighttime. You could see the lights on the drone. Okay, I have a drone. I need a better drone. Yes, JR. That's why I had to go on the land. The secrets are at the house and the land. Exactly. That's why I had to be. That's why she keeps taking me back, and then she brings me to the present, and then she brings me to the forge. She's bringing me backwards. She's bringing me to present, but she keeps emphasizing her past. The past, you have to understand the past to understand the present and the future. It's all happening at once, and I had to be on that land to understand everything that I need to understand. So when I was staying in the Airbnb, some Justice Departments sent the drone, but we need to find out what Justice Department sent the drone and why would they send the drone. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm trying to fucking solve a case, okay? So let's get one more card from this deck, and then we're gonna get one from my own deck. Why would they send the drone? Now this is outer space. So outer space brings me to is this NASA? So outer space. Yeah, the secrets are in the house. They haven't. Nobody has came and picked up the trash. They have bottles like this all piled up. I mean, it's like piled up like a mountain, but you can still see the property. And the guy, there's a guy in. Okay, so you can walk it by land. There's only one entranceway out and one entranceway in. So today she mentioned a Thunderbird. So somebody has a Thunderbird and has a truck. Okay. And she brought me to the Rangers. I will do a video on them. She encountered the Rangers. That's why she brought me to the Rangers, okay? So why were they sending the drone watching me that night? I was sitting on the balcony and a drone appeared, okay? And then the drone disappeared. It was, okay, so the Airbnb was here. There's apartments, townhomes, and the drone was out, but I seen it, okay? And it flew, it looked, and then it left. So somebody from some kind of Justice Department sent the drone, okay, to the Airbnb, and now we got outer space, okay? So let's see what's crossing the outer space. We're going to use my own deck. I'm going to ring this bell. Ancestors, put a circle around me. Show me what I need to see. See, nothing out here is a fucking illusion, my friends. Nothing. Okay? Nothing's illusion. Nothing happens, everything that happens, nothing is a coincidence. Where's my damn bell? Oh, here it goes. Okay, so a justice system sent the drone. Who else sent the drone? Show me what I need to see. Remove whatever is illusion or delusion and show me the truth. They said yes. Okay. So we got home, which was be the Airbnb, which was gorgeous. We got justice, and we got outer space. Okay, the drone appeared. Okay, let's get another card. So they had to know I was there. Is her boyfriend related to the person who unalived her? Okay, she had a relationship. She had a boyfriend. Okay, I feel like he was a little bit older than her, or do they have a connection? Okay, we're going to get to that. So, home, justice, and outer space. So, the home would be the Airbnb. The justice would be some kind of justice system in outer space. So, they sent the drone to the home because of the justice system, and then outer space. The justice card is a behavior treatment, a concern or justice or peace, genuine respect for people, fairness, administrative law, authority, or maintaining a tragic, miscarriage of justice. A legal structure or system that is designed to judge in a general sense who should be according a benefit or a burden when the law is applied to a person's factual circumstances. Okay. All right. So let's see what's crossing these cards. The drone that was flying. After you left, they probably lied to the cops. So they told the cops that they didn't tell us to come on their property. That's what they told. The mom even said it to the police officers. They told us to come on the property. And some told me in my spirit not to come on the property. Okay. And I should have listened to it. Okay. Now I'm getting a lot of sigils here. And every time I pull her energy. So the arrow card, okay, the arrow. So I'm hitting something, a target. Okay, with the justice. It's crossing the justice. So that would be the arrow. Okay. So the arrow, you're hitting the target. And you're right on the target. Okay. So what's crossing the home? What's crossing the home? Protection. Protection. Okay, protection. Okay, what's crossing the outer space? Crossing over to other worlds. Crossing over to the other worlds. No lie. Look. Crossing over to the other worlds. You see that it's going blurry here? Okay. So, in my travel. So somebody knew I was traveling. Okay. One more card on this energy. Oh, God. And I'm a healer. So that's crossing the justice. So they know the arrow. I'm on target. Okay. So she mentioned a Thunderbird. Okay. So yeah, after I left. Okay, so they said that the mother said that they never told us to come on the property. Everybody said that they told us not to come on the property, and they did because we went and drove on their fucking property. Okay, just saying. Okay. And they're hiding something. I don't care. They're hiding the abuse that she went through. The truth. But in order for her case to be solved, the truth needs to be told. So I don't care if the mom is safe or not. She needs to tell the truth. There's something in the courts about Emily Pike. Okay? Telling you. Okay? So protection over the home, healer, and I'm hitting that arrow. One more card. And my travels. They knew I was traveling. Crossing over to the other worlds. Okay. I definitely was on that. Anything else that I need to know? We got High Priestess. So there's a witch and a covenant. I think it wants to come out. If that poison card comes out, the devil. So there's manipulation. And then there's rebirth. Okay. So there's manipulation on what part? The justice system part. Because it fell over the justice system. Manipulation, like what kind of manipulation is going on here? Okay, the evil eye is being sent. Okay, what else? The job card wants to come out. The job. Okay, compassion. I got fucking compassion for people. Okay, I'm out here trying to solve shit. Anything else I need to know before I end this? Winter. I told you she would be found in winter. Well, the people that did this, and something with portals, and the other card was blessings here. Moon guardian of the earth, and I got something with the blood. Something with so I know I've been being watched. And I got the menacing will. Okay, earth. Anything else I need to know before I end this? So today we got Thunderbird. So there's something with a Thunderbird. Okay, and something about a truth. What truth? Okay, I got girl, air, which my element is air. It's air, water, fire, and spirit. Anything else? Angel. I'm trying to see something with poison. So yes, they knew I was there. That's why that thing was flying, the drone. My job. Atlantis. I told you, I'm Atlantean. Something about a boy. A boy's gonna go missing. I'm telling you. On Santa Carlos Apache, there's gonna be a boy going missing. Mark my words. I think there's a lot of shit going on over there, you guys. I don't know who this boy is. He looks indigenous. What else do I need to know? Okay, enough about me. Okay, Emily Pike, what is your family hiding? Because I'm going to keep pulling this if I got to pull this shit every damn day. Okay, I got witches and covenant coming for me, which I know that. I know who they are. I can see them. And there was a false person. Okay, tell me something about your family. Who's false? She's saying ancestral healing. She always says this. False. In my energy. Man, this is some crazy shit right here. But when I tell you crazy, crazy. Okay, water. Okay, water. What the hell? Okay, yes, you can heal unsolved. Her case is unsolved. And abuse and neglect. So who the fuck? Okay, so we got the family abuse and neglect. False person. Who's a false person in your family? Or the false person around me? Because I'm getting so much information. This is unfucking real. Thank you. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Emily Pike. Thank you, Emily Pike, the ancestors, for coming forward. They're mentioning a firebird. Give me clear, decisive, the truth. I need the truth. War. What the hell? Okay. Okay, war. What the hell? You guys, I never know what I'm going to get. Daughter. Okay, so we know the daughter was being abused, which would be Emily Pike. The drums, the great spirit of the ancestors. She always says this. I know I'm at war with these lying-ass people. These covenant witches, I know. And warlocks. I can see them. A daughter and boy is coming out. It's always coming out. The daughter would be Emily, so there's a boy also being abused. My God, this is some crazy shit right here. And the drums, the spirit of the drum, the spirit of the ancestors. The drum, the spirit of the ancestors. Okay, so who's this false person? Which is unsolved. So there's a boy's case that could be unsolved, or there will be a missing boy. There's a case in Carlos Apache land. There's a boy and a girl. Now the abuse came across this energy, the boy and the daughter. So the boy and the daughter will be her brother. And then we got her sister that looks like a boy, and then we got the spirit of the drum. See, drums tell a story. When you play the drums, they tell a story. The music can put you in a trance, and it can tell you a story. Who's a false person? Who's a false person, Emily? There's so much you're telling me. I'm trying to get all these damn... She keeps saying that happened to her. I'm telling you guys. And her cousin did it. Her cousin did this to her. Her cousin's false. I asked her who the false person was. This is too much. Okay. The drum. The drum. The great spirit of the drum. Who is Sophie Perez? So the cousin was a trickster. Her cousin was a trickster. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling the truth. Her cousin was a trickster. That's why he was trying to over-talk me. Her cousins. Her cousin. Same energy. Sophie Perez. I don't know who that is. I'm going to end this. This was a long... I got to do a reading on these goddamn Rangers. So the Justice Department sent the drones. So her cousin is false. Yes, he's a dot. He's a dot. Her cousin's a dot. Okay, there is a guy with a big mole on his face, and then the cousin's face is distorted. Okay, the cousin's face is, they have like this distorted face. Somebody said when the dad comes out of prison, shit, I'll beat all their asses I'll beat them until they tell the truth. Out of street justice out here. Fuck the law. For entertainment purposes. the cousin. She keeps saying the cousin. Because they thought we were the feds. Okay. She's saying the cousin. Second time. And I'm pulling the energy. But I got to deal with these fucking witches and warlocks and shit. And I'm trying to solve cases. But I'm protected. I can see their faces. But there's a cult energy in her area. Okay. There's a cult energy in where she came from, that group home in Mesa. Okay. The Rangers. She brought me to the Rangers. So now I gotta do a video on the Rangers. Okay? It's crazy. So, something with a boy. Then there's abuse and neglect. She's saying it. I'm not saying it. So, somebody has a Firebird car. We're looking for a Firebird car. And I got Atlantis and Aztec, which I know that I come from a place, Atlantis. I lived a life there. Okay. So, the justice system sent the damn drone. This dad looks like he's about that life. Shit. The feds are taking too long. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. They're taking too goddamn long. Okay. And we're going in circles. Okay. We're not trying to go in circles. We're trying to hit the target. Okay. Like an arrow. You're going to hit the target. And you're telling me none of these medicine men, holy men, know what happened. It's not true. Okay, it's not true. But winter. So we're going to get some information by winter. And something about her home life is not right. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't care what they say. And I came there with fucking compassion. Okay, for these people. Something about rebirth. A job. Okay. So, somebody said the father. I haven't seen a picture of the father. Is the father about that life? Oh, gosh. So, they wanted money from me. They weren't going to get money from me. Okay, I'm going to come back. Let me take a break. Come back, and we'll do the reading on the Rangers. Because I want to see if their energy is mirroring this energy. Okay. I just want to see, okay. Emily Pike's father. Yeah, I can't. Okay, so when they were yelling and screaming at me, they were trying to confuse me, but they couldn't confuse me because I could still see through them. Okay, so one of them had a big black mole. Okay, a big black mole. Emily Pike's mother had a mole here. She has a big mole, okay? But I don't know. Okay, then there was a cousin. So I'm confused. Did the cousin have the mole or did the aunt's husband have a mole? Okay. And the cousin kept talking about, I think it was the cousin because he had like a Jesus God shirt on. And he's saying he's a Christian. I'm like, you're not no fucking Christian because you fucking abused Emily Pike. She said, somebody says it's bad enough to be abused, but abused by a person with a diseased face. Yeah, they look like they had a disease. You know what? It looks like they were marked. I've seen markings like this before. We all have markings on our physical body, and our avatar body. But it's like they were marked, right? So remember I said that she comes from a bloodline of healers. Now healers, you can use, like the old holy man told me. I'm telling you, that man was a holy man. He said that there is polarity. There's good and bad. Because he was trying to tell us about the horseshoes. And I'm like, okay. I have a horseshoe here. Hung up. He was trying to say, like talking to me like I'm a white man. I'm not a white man, okay? Like trying to describe it and stuff. And he said he traveled to Mexico. He worked on the lines. I'm like, is this man trying to tell me what happened to Emily Pike? I'm just confused here, okay? Yes, he had a disease, but they all have this marking on them. And you see this marking a lot with people that are healers, right? But you can either choose to go this way or you can choose to go that way, right? I choose to go the right way. Okay, they choose to go this way. Okay, but they said they're Christians. They're saved. Okay, I'm just saying. And there is a place by. I'm seeing drumming. I can hear the drums. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take a break, and I want to do a reading on the Rangers. Okay, the Rangers in Mesa, Arizona. This is Jennifer Felix. Thank you guys for joining. Damn, I've been on here for 2 hours. So I'm gonna come back and do a reading on Mesa, Arizona. They call themselves the Goon Squad. So let me take a break, and I'll come back. And I'll do a reading on the Goon Squad. Okay. Let's get a reading on their energy. Let's tap into their energy. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. All right, you guys. Thank you guys. Once again, this is Jennifer Felix. She's talking about she needs a proper burial. Look at this, twice. And she comes as a bird. Okay. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys so much. Bye.